Students, in our previous video, we have seen the atomic structure, wherein we have seen multiple layers which will be, or multiple orbits which will be coming into picture depending on the count of atoms or atomic number. Means number of electrons, number of your electrons, number of protons, and what we can say the multiple different layers will be different for different materials or matters, we can say it as. So different atoms of different materials will exhibit different properties, isn't it? Different atomic number, or number of electrons, number of protons, and number of orbits will be different, isn't it? So likewise, so now we will see we will consider the atomic structure once again to see for three types of materials which will let electric current to flow through them or not. Okay, so depending on the electric flow or electric current flowing through a material, so we have classified materials or matters into three categories as conductors, semiconductors, and insulators, right? So now we will see for conductors how the valence electrons will be, how many valence electrons will be present over there. For semiconductors and for insulators, what will be the count of electrons on the outermost orbit. Okay, so we will see all these things. Now we have considered an atom, we will consider some atom. Okay, so in our previous video we have considered some atom having two orbits having electrons, and we have already seen all the different layers will have how many number of electrons, that is all we have seen already, isn't it? So now we will consider one atom having the nucleus and it has got some one or two orbits. Fine? Yes. So now this is first orbit. First orbit can have two electrons, right? Yes. So then comes the outer orbit. If for a particular matter, so it has got only two of the orbits. Orbit number 1, orbit number 2. This is central nucleus. Okay, so this is central nucleus. Okay, yes. So it has got two of the orbits, and this orbit is called as what? This orbit is called as what? This is called as what? Valence orbit. This is first orbit, this is second orbit, because this is the last orbit. For this particular atom, it has got only two of the orbits. Okay, so the second orbit itself is the valence orbit, and these are, what are these? These are electron. This is an electron, isn't it? So now this is a normal electron, and this is what? These are what? These are, because these electrons are there in the valence orbit, they are called as what? Valence electrons. Why valence electrons are important for us? Because valence electrons are the ones which will be jumping from one atom into another atom. Okay, so these valence electrons will be jumping from one atom into another atom when they get certain sufficient energy to jump. When they have certain energy to jump, they will jump from valence orbit into the other valence orbitals, from its valence orbit to next atom's valence orbit. It will be jumping. Okay, so this is how we can go for, or we can say. And now here, what we'll see here is, so now this is valence orbit, valence electrons. Valence electrons are very important because depending on the number of valence electrons, we will decide the type of material. So we have the three categories of materials or matters depending on the current flow capability. So a material is called as conductor when a material or matter is called as what? Conductor when it can let electric current to flow through them very easily. 100% they will conduct. Fine? Yes. So coming to insulator, if you provide some voltage to particular material, it never conducts. It will never conduct that electric current. Why? Because there is no motion of charges happening. So such materials are called as what? Insulators. We have seen this, isn't it? We have seen all these things in our previous classes, isn't it? Yes. So now coming to semiconductors. Semiconductors are what? They are 50% conductors, 50% insulators. So they will conduct electricity for the like copper about 50% of conductors capability. Okay? Yes. So this is how we have three of the categories. Now we will see how we can decide depending seeing onto the atomic structure, how I can categorize looking at the atomic structure whether that atom belongs to conductor or insulator or semiconductor category. Okay? Yes. So that we will see. So this is very much important. Now, what is the maximum number of electrons which are possible on the valence band? What is the count? So even that this one we have discussed in our previous class. So what is that? The maximum number of. So we had seen many of the rules for the number of atoms on the first orbit. Sorry, number of electrons on the first orbit, number of electrons on the second orbit, number of electrons on the third orbit. Likewise, we have seen with the formula 2n square, where n is what? It is what? It is orbit number, isn't it? So first orbit can have 2 of the electrons. Second orbit can have 8 electrons. Likewise, the third orbit can have 18 electrons. Likewise, 18 electrons it can have. Okay, the fourth will go so and so. Okay, so now after all that, I have said one more thing. If for a particular atom, I have said one more thing. For a particular atom, if it has got only 2 of the orbits, this is the last orbit or outermost orbit. So this is called as valence orbit. So valence orbit can have only 8 number of electrons. So number of electrons which are possible on the valence orbit will be only 8. Only 8 electrons are possible on the outermost orbit, not more than that. So this is by the rule, and this will be followed by each and every atom in the universe. Okay, so this is how the things will be made, or this is how the strength things or the materials are there in the world. Okay, yes. So now the outermost orbit can have only 8 number of electrons. So this will be the structure. Okay, by origin. Okay, yes. So this is how the outermost orbit can have only 8 number of electrons. So this is how we will be going for. So now coming to 3 types of materials. What are they? Or matters? What are they? Depending on the current carrying capability, we had divided them into what? 3 categories. Conductors or conductor. Then we have what? Semiconductor. And finally, we have insulator. So now we will see how many electrons will be there on the outermost orbit when it comes to conductor, semiconductor and insulator. Fine? Yes. So here I will drawing only the valence orbit. Fine? Yes. So this is your nucleus. Okay, I'll write the first orbit too. We will consider an atom which has got only 2 orbits. Fine? Yes. Here also I will write the same thing. Orbit, valence orbit, nucleus. Okay, first orbit, valence orbit. Fine. So likewise, I have written for the things for 3 of the atoms to show how the valence or valence electron count will be. Okay. Yes. So for we will start with what? Insulator. Okay. We will start with what? Insulator. How many are the how many maximum number of electrons or valence electrons are possible? They are 8. Okay. So now I will be considering insulator. Let me put all the 8 electrons on the outermost orbit. Let me put all the 8 electrons on the outermost orbit. Now, what it is like, I have a in a classroom, I have a desk bench where 8 students can sit. Wherein how many students can sit? 8 students can sit. Fine. So when 8 of the students are sitting there, so then when 8 of the students are sitting over there, they already sat there. Okay. So will the 9th person will go and sit over there in that bench? No, because he don't have any space to go and sit. Fine or not? Yes? Correct? Yes. So insulators are something like that. Insulators are the materials in which the charge flow is not going to happen. In which the charge flow is not going to happen. Why? Because the charges, all of the benches are what? All of the benches in the classroom are what? Full. So there is no space for the 9th person to come and sit. Okay, so there is no place for the 9th person to come and sit. So that is why all of the valence orbits are full for a particular insulator material. Here there is no charge coming and sitting. So there is no vacancy for the charge to come and sit. So this is how the charges flow is here. That for that reason, so your outermost orbit is full. So there is no place for some charge to come and sit here, because when it is maximum number of electrons which are possible on the outermost orbit or valence orbit is 8, means it is done. 9th orbit can't sit here. Understood? So it is in that way the structure will be, and this is how all of the 8 of the electrons are full. That means what? Such material here, when all the places are filled, so no further conduction, no further flow of charges is happening. So the atomic structure of insulators will be so and so. That is why here the charges flow is not going to happen. So this is how the insulator material structure will be, and maximum or the number of electrons on the outermost orbit or valence electron count will be 7 or 8, or it will be 8, or the outermost orbit will be totally filled. It will be what? Totally, or it is full. We can say the outermost orbit is what? Full. We can say. Okay. Yes. So this is for the insulator category. Then the outermost orbit will be, if it has got electrons or valence electrons count is nearer to 7 or 8, if the valence electrons count is nearer to 7 or 8, 8 means what? Totally full, isn't it? So if it is so and so for a particular given atom, so such atom will come into insulator category. Here everything is full, so no other charges can come and sit, so there is no flow of charges happening. That is why such materials or such atoms will come under what? Such materials, and such atoms of such material won't conduct electricity, so they come under insulator category. Fine? Yes. Coming to conductor. Conductor means what? It should make charges to flow like anything. Okay, so it should make charges to flow like anything. So this is how they should be. So now here we will be seeing how the conductors, or how many valence electrons should be there for a conductor. Conductor should flow like anything. For example, I am going on a road with my bike. Okay, so if the road is totally free, no one is there on the road, so I can drive like anything. Isn't it or not? So here, conductor materials will have either 1 or 2 valence electrons. So the number of electrons on the outermost orbit, that is valence orbit, or number of valence electrons will be 1 or 2. That's all. Okay, 1 or 2 electrons will be there on the outermost orbit. So then such materials, here see, because there are no vehicles on the road, so I am going like anything I can go. Means here what happens when there is a bench, only one person is sitting, and that bench can have 7 more. Okay, is that okay now? Before, here the bench was full, 9th person can't come and sit. Here was that only one person is sitting, 7 more can come and sit, isn't it or not? So it can have 7 more charges which can come and sit on this outermost orbit or valence orbit. Isn't it or not? So more charges are flowing from one atom to another atom. 7 number of charges can flow from one atom into another atom. So more number of charges are flowing means what? More current will be flowing. Okay? Is that okay? Have this thing in your mind very clearly. More number of charges flowing means what? More current is flowing. More number of charges flowing means what? More current is flowing. Less number of charges are flowing means what? Less current is flowing. Okay? Yes. So for a conductor material, so the valence orbit will have only 1 or 2 electrons. Such materials or such atoms having 1 or 2 valence electrons will come under this category, conductor category. So this is how I can decide looking at the atomic structure. Number of valence electron will decide that atom comes under which of the material category, whether it is a conductor, insulator or semiconductor. Now maximum number of electrons possible is 8. Minimum we can have 1 or 2. Okay, maximum we can have 8 or also 7 also we can have. If it is 7 or 8, it is insulator category. If it is 1 or 2, it is best conductor. Okay, so it is a good best conductor, or we can say good conductor. Okay, so coming to semiconductor, semi means what? It is half, isn't it? Maximum number of electrons which are possible on the outermost orbit will be what? How many electrons are possible on the outermost orbit? 8 number of electrons are possible. So now this is semiconductor. Semiconductor is what? So 8, half of 8 is what? 4. Only 4 number of electrons are possible for a very good semiconductor, or semiconductors are the materials which will have only 4 number of electrons on the outermost orbit or valence orbit. Okay, so valence orbit will have only half number of electrons. How many electrons? 4 number of electrons on the valence orbit. Such materials are called as what? Semiconductors. Now they can have 4. Okay, they can have 50% they can have and become insulator, they can give out 4 and they can become conductor. Okay, fine. So this is how the conductivity is 50%. Here no conductivity we have. Here there is no conduction because bench is full. Here we can have, here the flow of charges is not happening. Means here none of the charge can come and sit because the bench is full. Okay, the outermost orbit is full. Okay, yes. Here there is one or only, here we have 1 or 2 persons sitting on the bench. So we can have 7 more. Like 7 more charges can come and sit, so it can conduct more, so it is a conductor, so it can conduct more current. Okay, so coming to semiconductor, it has got 4 number of valence electrons and that will be so and so. Only 4 number of electrons will be there on the valence orbit for a semiconductor material. So such materials are coming under semiconductor category, and here I can have 50% conduction, 50% insulation. So this is how one can decide. Looking at the atomic structure, one can say that material comes under which category it is coming, whether it is a conductor, whether it is a semiconductor, or it is an insulator. Okay, so likewise we can say about all the things. Okay, so that is full, this is half full, this is somewhat like less filled. Okay, yes. So then now I can go for, I'll be seeing the atomic structure wherein for I have said what example have I given for semiconductor material. Here we will see the atomic structure of one particular material and we will understand how that count of valence electrons will be exactly 4. Okay, yes. So see here, I'll be telling that now. So I have given an example of silicon. What is this? Silicon is the best semiconductor material, and major of the most of the electronic components or electronic circuits will be made up of ICs, will be made up of what? Silicon material only. Okay, so that is why your our capital Bangalore is called as Silicon City. Silicon, because it is more of like, it is all your electronics, all your computer science or software technologies are built like heavily filled over the Bangalore. Overall Bangalore is called as Silicon City only. Okay, because of this silicon material which is used for manufacturing your electronic components or electronic devices, your computer or your ICs, all your motherboards, this, that and all, everything is full of like your mobile phones, everything will come into this category only. Okay, so that is why your Bangalore is like your capital Bangalore is called as Silicon Valley or Silicon City, it is called as. Okay, yes. So now the atomic structure of your silicon is what? Atomic structure, not atomic structure, atomic number. What is the atomic number of silicon? It is 14. 14 is the atomic number of silicon material. So atomic number says what? Atomic number of silicon is what? 14. Okay, so that says, this atomic number says what information this atomic number gives us. Looking at the atomic number, what idea we can have in our mind. So atomic number says us about the number of electrons or protons in the particular atom. Okay, yes. So this silicon will have how many total number of electrons total? Okay, not only on the valence orbit, all total number of electrons on an atom of silicon material will be 14. It can have 14 electrons. 14 electrons or 14 protons it can have. Okay, yes. So this is how I will be seeing now. Atomic number is 14 or 14 number of electrons are possible on the silicon material or a silicon atom. So now I will be seeing that silicon atom having atomic number 14, and I will be showing you how the electrons, 14 electrons will be arranged, and we will see how comes 4 electrons on the valence orbit. That is what we will see. Okay. Yes. So now let me have central nucleus. Okay. Central nucleus we have. Okay. Now central nucleus we have. Okay, after that comes the first orbit. First orbit comes here. First orbit can have how many electrons? 2 electrons. Fine? Yes. First orbit can have only 2 number of electrons. Okay, by the rule. Okay, so then comes what? Second orbit. Okay, second orbit I have shown. So second orbit can have how many electrons? 2 are done, remaining is what? 12. Fine? Yes. So here in the outermost orbit, not outermost orbit, on the second orbit, how many electrons are possible? 8. Fine? Yes. I will be writing 8 of the electrons here. Now second orbit is what? 8 of the electrons. So 2 plus 8 is what? 10. 10 electrons are done. Okay. So out of 14, 10 electrons are done. Now remaining electrons will be what? 4. So the outermost orbit, or we can say this orbit as what now? This orbit as what now? This is valence orbit. Valence orbit. This valence orbit can have how many electrons? Will have how many electrons? Remaining 4 electrons will be there on the valence orbit. Remaining 4 electrons will be there on the valence orbit. So these electrons of the outermost orbit, they are called as what? They are called as valence electrons. This is how your atomic structure will be. As I said, there will be only 4 valence electrons or outermost orbit. For a semiconductor material, will have only 4 electrons. This is how the arrangement will be. This is how the arrangement will be. Okay, yes. So we have seen with an example here, silicon semiconductor material. How this silicon material will have only 4 number of valence electrons. So when it has got 4 number of valence electrons, this particular atom can be said, we can say that atom comes under which category? Semiconductor material category. Okay, so silicon is the best conductor of this is a best semiconductor material. Okay, so after silicon, we will be using germanium too. Okay, so we have germanium, Ge, which has got the atomic number of 32, which has got the atomic number of 32. So you people just make these arrangements so and so and see for how many electrons will be there on the outermost orbit, and you people can go for the particular what we can say the atomic structure builder, and you can see how the electrons will be arranged. Okay, so you can do it your own and you can see how the electrons will be arranged. Otherwise, I will be telling that in our next video. Okay, yes. So this is how we can go for, or we can classify the materials depending on the number of valence electrons, whether it is coming under semiconductor category, conductor category, or insulator category. And also we have seen for a semiconductor material how the number of electrons or number of valence electrons will come out to be 4. Okay, so that also we have seen. So by this we will be like we are all clear with the semiconductor materials and their count on the valence orbit or valence electrons, count of valence electrons. Okay, so valence electrons means what? The electrons on the outermost orbit. Because why we will always say about valence electrons? Because valence electrons are the electrons which will be moving from one atom onto or into the another atom, because these will make the current flow. Okay, yes, so this is all for today's class. Thank you.